Yes. Yeah. We'll be talking about that in a second. We're going to go over the deck first, though. Right. Having Sharon heal him this week, though, made it pretty impossible times. Yeah. Yeah, if you got it right at the right time. Or they could, you know, kite shield when you put out the unit that was going to do the damage. That was pretty good, too. All right, so let's move this over here. Hope that's a prelude to increasing max levels of new kit and cards. Maybe? I mean, with how many new cards they have, though, I don't think they chose the route of new cards instead of extra levels, in my opinion. So the next step instead should be a way to get rid of extra cards and get something with them. But let's check this one out. This week, oh, I love them cows. All right, let's take a quick gander. Is there any removal spells? Freeze and Purify, Hyperdrive, Regen. Nope, removal. DSR, Pope, Maxine. Okay. All right, we got it. So, I had some idiot drop Slave and Grand Wizard Cartman midline, right? Yeah, we had a couple people who played Grand Wizard Cartman first. Like, bro, that's like the one thing that you're not supposed to do this week when Cock Magic is an option. Guess his teammates and him don't know what they're doing. All right, so we have Purify versus Freeze Ray. Like, to an extent, Purify counters Freeze Ray. But, like, if you Purify my Freeze Ray, I'm probably going to be okay with that. I don't hate the Purify to just potentially reverse the, that odd cyborg that you might see. You could also maybe Purify a push that got really, really BHK boosted. But you also know that I really like Freeze Ray. So if it's my choice, I'd probably go Freeze Ray every time. Freeze Ray can be pretty good. Like, you can freeze your unit that got mind controlled, which makes it, you know, less impactful. You could freeze the Witch Doctor before his ability gets off. You could freeze a push that just got hyperdrived. And then also the freeze works well with the Kevin. So if you go Kevin, obviously freeze is a good choice. Awesome will also be the choice there as well. But so I don't hate the Purify just for the no caps, and I guess Freeze Ray you can do base as well. But Purify stops a couple of the stuff that could like lose you a game. You know, the nice cyborg mind control or a really boosted BHK, or I don't think it stops. I don't think it stops hyperdrive. But one thing to note is that it could heal the DSR, which coupled along with regen and maxi could, you know, completely nullify that. So, but yeah, Nathan's probably the choice though, just because, like, how are you gonna fucking kill Nathan? What's gonna kill Nathan? I don't know. Like, legit, I don't know. I don't know how are you gonna get back to Nathan? How are you gonna do it? That motherfucker's gonna be alive the whole game. All right, Witch Doctor versus Shield Maiden. Always Shield Maiden, no question there. Scout versus Paladin. Scout's fucking so good. Cyborg versus Hermes. I really don't think Cyborg's very good, so I'm gonna go with Hermes every time. Maxi versus Mimsy. Mimsy's a little better now, a little quicker, probably quite devastating versus a level 14 new kid, but so is Maxi, who can like fully heal your new kid. There's no removal, so it's just gonna be fat health to defend, so that's gonna be pretty good. Nathan is gonna be so good, so definitely Nathan. Slave versus Osimo. If you go Kevin, you'll want to go Osimo just for the extra heal. With DSR as an option, I think Slave might be a little bit less impactful. Osimo that gets DSR'd can still freeze. Slave that gets DSR isn't going to do any damage. The Cox could help, I guess. But the Cox are probably just going to, you know, get BHK heals coming out. Or give something Witch Doctor to eat or something like that. So I think Asimo could be the choice this week. But like we were talking about earlier, Slave can just be hard to break. But this week, you know, DSR makes him worthless. BHK could potentially make him worthless. You know, BHK could potentially get fat stacked. Get like their whole team stacked off of the Slave. Yeah, I don't like the Slave. Asimo this week for sure. Nathan as well. BHK, I think Pope's too variable. Unless you can build the deck yourself, it's not worth it. I'd say Terrence and Phillip to help deal with the assassins. Like if Terrence and Phillip get dropped against a group of hyperdrived assassins, you might have a chance. Any other card, you probably wouldn't. Cupid for sure. Cupid's a fucking monster in Team Wars. He can get on a bar real quick, and he can take a bar in like 2 hits. So fantastic. DSR just to stop the potential Slave. You know, eat up the Maxi, potentially break up the 6-element Randy. Terrence and Phillip will probably be there. So yeah, a lot of value from the DSR. And then Regen versus Hyperdrive. I mean, Hyperdrive is just so hard to play right. And Regen does fine at level 4, even level 3. So, yeah, DSR and Mackie, exactly. So I think the Regen is probably the choice. And the Regen, you know, could really save you the game. You know, Regen Maxi, especially if you get him to half. Regen on a push as well as Freeze Ray could net you the bar. Just because like if you're about to die, you play Regen, you Freeze Ray him, and you have like, you know, 4 seconds where you can regen, which might keep you alive long enough. Hyperdrive Freeze Mimsy ain't terrible combos this week. Yeah, but like, how if you spend that much energy to get fucking Mimsy on New Kid, how are you gonna stop when the guy plays Maxi into Nathan, into Cupid, into BHK, into Mac, or into Scout or whatever? Like, how are you gonna stop that then? You're just not gonna have the energy to do it. But yeah, I mean, if you save that for like the end, and then you just surprise him with the fucking Mimsy Hyperdrive, because he'll probably fly now with that extra boost. You do that and hope you get 3 bars. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, with Freeze Ray, you can't bank on something that's gonna be based on speed alone, because, oh yeah, you spend all that energy, I just Freeze Ray you, and then I just drop Scout to eat you fucking alive, and I drop Cupid to do incredible damage on you as well. Knock you out of the way with Asimo's big fat ass. Put Terrence and Phillip between you, so you have to run between them and don't get any shots out. Yeah, Mimsy's too easy to counter to rely on him. Too easy. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for the deck. This week's fairly straightforward. There's a lot of cards that are kind of picked for us. I wouldn't doubt you see some Cows and Mimsy combos with some people just trying to game that shit and get quick wins with that. But DSR counters the Cows really well. I think there's enough counters to those that you're not going to... Like, DSR on a Mimsy too would kind of shut him down even if he's speed boosted. So yeah, I don't think there's any threat to that at all. Like, at all. So I wouldn't run that. I mean, imagine Freeze Ray plus Kevin and your fucking Mimsy's dead. Doesn't matter how fast he is. Yeah, level 7 Scout will just eat the shit out of Mimsy. Just like, just like his Scoutmaster did. All right, let's open up the weekly update. The man of the hour, or men of the hour, woman of the hour, technically was Toller, right? All right, let's get this going. We'll start off by clearing up the leftover cheesy poofs. So you have until Tuesday. Bubby, what are you doing? Knock it up. We have until Tuesday to spend your cheesy poofs in the shop. If you want to buy some more to get the next legend or whatever it might be, you still have a couple days, and there's no events for these 2 days, so you can just kind of relax, you know, figure out what you're going to do. You're going to be just fine. Now, Team Wars. Going to be business as usual. Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to have the Chaos mode. It is flying cards. All flying cards will cost 3 energy and will be summoned with their speed increased. So cards that will be increased, or cards that will be affected. I wonder, I guess Mosquito's Swarm would get boosted, right? That's kind of cool. But just give you coins. Yeah, I feel you. On Moody, I did that last time because I just didn't feel like anything was good and I had needed coins. Mintberry Crunch on the way for Chaos. Oh yeah, Mintberry Crunch for sure because he's cheaper. Kite, probably a good option because he's cheaper. Terrence Mephisto could be a good option. And then Starvin Marvin will be fun. So that's probably going to be the bulk of what you see. Oh, I guess Archangel Bradley would be really good now if you coupled that with like maybe Maxi or something in Challenge. Is Maxi still good in Challenge? I don't know. I never play fucking Challenge mode. Challenge mode is a waste of my time. Salty salt. All right, so we have the weekend event, which is a Mr. Slave event. So that's pretty cool. We just saw him in action. And there also is a token collection event Wednesday, Thursday for Zen. So if you don't want to play Flying Higher Challenge, which who really does? No, I'm just kidding. If I had more time in my day, I'd do it. But we got all the coins last time. Twas sweet. Got like 6 to 8 cards to 6. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. All right, so the big thing we're going to talk about this week is the Team Wars ladder reset. Big news to share here. We're going to be resetting the Team Wars ladder. And this is something that Toller had actually asked me about months ago. She asked my opinion on how I would reset it, what I think people's reaction would be to resetting it. And my suggestion was to fully reset it and then change how you do the points and reset it every month or 2 months or 3 months or however long you want a season to be, and start doing season rewards and, you know, unique outfits for the top 3 teams or whatever you want to do. But I guess as far as we know now, they're just going to reset it. So we don't know details unless Toller's responded some. I dropped a message to Toller and asked her if she would be interested in doing like a Q&A session with me where I'll send her a bunch of questions. She'll answer them and then I can do like a video on it or something like that. We'll see what she says to that. But we'll read through this so we get all the information. It's really happening. The slate shall be cleaned for a fresh start as all teams will be tumbled back down to the bottom of the ladder, starting on even ground before climbing back up to the top. Who will reach that number 1 spot first? We'll have to wait and see. I'm not sure what it means, like number 1 spot first. What does that mean? It should be like what it should be is maybe like a race to a certain amount of crowns. Like what if the moment the first team hits gold, they get a reward and it resets. Like that would be kind of an interesting concept because then it's truly like a race to the top. We'll also be giving out special reward packs, one to those on a team in the top 50 and one for everyone who plays Phone Destroyer no matter what. Okay, so obviously the top 51 will probably be more. It'll be interesting to know if it's a specific cards in the packs or if it'll be random for everybody. Told her face reveal. That'd be pretty funny. Back to the old system on ELO. It'll be what it currently is now, but reset, which I think, you know, will be fairly good. At least it'll kind of flesh out a little bit better than it did originally with, you know, all the different changes that they made. That, like, you know, if they would have made some of the changes and kept some of the old parts of it from day one, it would be way better. Like if you got more and more and more caps, like way more caps while you're ranking up, like maybe you got caps as a percentage of your score or something. So if you got like, you know, if you had like 9,000, you got 2 extra caps. Or if you had like, you know, 95, you got 4 or whatever it might be, you know, just like as your points go up, or like every 100 points is 1 point or 1 cap or something like that. Yeah, I returned them after this Cool Dad Shorts because I don't like that interrupting the stream. I was hoping for a rework as well. Well, it's possible. I mean, it's not going to happen till the 5th, so it's possible she just hasn't told us about the, you know, more about the reset. You know, like maybe they are going to be changing stuff. Maybe they're going to do it every month or something like that. But the fact that they have bronze, silver, and gold still up here kind of makes me think that it's probably not going to be a problem. So most likely it's just going to be a reset, and they're just going to hope that what they have now kind of pans out. We'll talk about what I think is going to happen here in a little bit. But I like how they're doing the top 50. It's kind of arbitrary, but I definitely would have been upset if it was like, oh yeah, the top team gets a fucking reward. They were fucking top for like a month. And we were top for 3 fucking years. But you have to don't forget that you have to play your Team Wars to get this pack. So on that weekend, whatever it is, like October 5th or whatever, make sure you get your Team Wars games in, or else you won't get the pack.
Jimmy James 267 wants to say, what was that about no interruptions?
I hate you.
Blaga laga 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 poop.
I guess we all have future pants.
I fucking hate you. But this won't be happening this week or even next week. We know that with a change like this, you're all bound to have questions and feedback. So we're giving you all time to ask and comment before this happens so that nobody is caught unaware. The date that this change will be live in the game will be October 5th, which is, what, 3 weeks from now? 2 weeks from now. So a Tuesday on the 5th. So I guess it'd be like in the middle of that Team Wars week. If you are not in the Discord, make sure you join it. We're number 55 right now. Oh, that sucks, man. I mean, you could join a team that's above it in that time. There is a empty team in the top 50 that everybody that wants the reward should just go to and just do Team Wars on that fucking team the last week, and you'll get the top 50 rewards. It is absolutely empty. There's like 3 people on it. I don't know if it's open or not, but go do that. It's going to be Tater City for the first couple months. Yeah, for sure that's going to happen. We'll talk about it as we go. Well, no, I'll kind of say my piece first. So it's going to be pretty good. It's not going to be great because I really think they need to disconnect your bracket score or your bracket placement from your crown score. I think that it should just be based on your total score, which means more teams will want to run 55 because they'll just get more. So like, for instance, the max score you can get is like 5,600 or whatever, 5,700, I can't remember. So if you were within 100 points of the top, you get a certain amount of points regardless of your rank that week. You get a certain amount of points. And then you would still get like the individual points per point, right? So like if, you know, you're just like scoring more or less than other teams, you're going to get more individual points. But then when you do your brackets, you still bracket the same way because bracketing is a good idea to disperse rewards better. Because it's better to have all the brackets with a bunch of first place rewards and second place and third than to have everybody in one bracket and have like the top 50 get one reward, the top 100 get one reward. Those you know, those hundreds and 200s, they're never going to get up to that top part. They're always going to, but in the bracket system now, they could get first place some weeks, right? Like it's possible. So not bad. I hope it's not a great reward for the top 50 because I don't want to worry about it. No, I'm sure it won't be too much different, honestly. All top 50 teams will run 50 on last week. It'll be fun. I mean, I don't see why we don't just run 50. Like, everybody should just start running 50 right now. Now we know it's resetting. Who gives a fuck? But that's kind of... That's what I would do. And then I would reset it every, like, month. I would get rid of the leagues, and I would reset it. When I reset it, I would do the leagues. I would put people in the leagues based on where they are. So like the top 100 gold teams would be in gold still, but they'd be back at 3,500. But that's it. Like gold is now the top 100 teams, not those that are at 3,500, if that makes sense. So that like marks the elo. Like if you start at chess, you're at like 700 elo or whatever. They just give you it, like that's what you start at. And so 3,500 would be the base. If you start losing it, you lose and you go down to silver. And then as people in gold gain it, if you're not gaining as much as the people above you and you're not staying in that top 100, then you're gonna lose from silver as well. And so the top 100 are in gold. The top 250 are in silver, the top 300, whatever the distribution would have to be. And then like having just an arbitrary amount of crowns be the choice of what league you're in, when you literally, if you're a smart team leader, you just will not lose crowns. You will not lose crowns. You might only gain 5, 10, 15 a week, but you're not fucking losing them. So eventually you're gonna be in gold, and your team full of 6,500 trash cans is gonna be feeding the top players easy matches. So that still kind of will happen, but it won't be. It will take a long time for that to happen with the changes that they've done to how you get points and stuff like that. It will take a long time for those types of teams to get to gold, like the 3,500 mark. And you also lose more, I think, if you're low. I don't know how it works. I've heard rumblings of lots of top players not on top teams forming new teams on Reset Day. Oh, I'm sure there's gonna be because now that everybody's gonna get new team names for sure. Like, we're gonna rebrand to something completely different probably. Illuminati might even do it. Who knows? Oh, Wally, don't worry. Don't worry. We're already 10 steps ahead, buddy. But yeah, it's gonna be. It is what it is. There's gonna be some teams that are mad because they're like, "Oh, we worked so hard to get to gold," but instead of working hard, it's like, "What'd you do? You kicked out members, so you only had 30 people, so you could win more matches, so you could win more brackets." It doesn't make sense to have the crowns based on the bracketing. I never will think it does. So if they don't change that, that's always gonna be a fundamental problem, because then it's just luck of the draw. Like, it's just gonna be if all of us are in bronze, it's just gonna be luck of the draw who matches up with free to play, Illuminati, Diretide, whatever names we might have at the time. It's just gonna be luck of the draw who matches up with the good teams, because like 3 of the good teams could match up, and then like 2 of them don't, and then all of a sudden those 2 teams have a 50-point lead in the first week, and then that happens a few times, and you're already at an unsurmountable lead pretty much. But it's not terrible. Buttercups is for Buttercups would be fun. I mean, we could really game the system with the adventure log now probably, but I don't. What's gonna happen is it's gonna take a while to climb up, but early on it'll be a fuck fest. Like, it'll be terrible. But once the first couple teams start to get to gold, I thought about it a little bit, did some like rough math in my head. There's not gonna be that many teams in gold. There just won't. And it will take a long time for other teams to get there. So like, there's gonna be quite a few weeks, possibly even months, of ballin' ass gold league, and this will happen every tier. When we get to bronze, when we get to silver, when we get to gold, there'll be ballin' ass weeks where there's like 5 teams in silver, and it's really likely that you'll match up with each other. And obviously you can match down, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. It will be very fun. The team I worked hard to get in silver was for nothing. We're new kid level 20 hanging at 6K. Hot baked potatoes served happily for you all with butter on top. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, some people, like, teams like that where like your goal wasn't very lofty, but you had a goal and you worked for it, and now like you said, it doesn't really matter. But at the same time, now maybe how to do it better to start this, you know what I mean? So it'll be interesting. Should be top 100 period. Yeah, I agree. Because then you don't have to worry about like, oh, how do you match down? Like, then everyone's just gonna wait till Sunday night to hope that they match down to silver and beat somebody up. So yeah, it's tough. Yeah, exactly, Wally. Because at this point, everyone is used to 2 years of gold tier rewards. Yeah, exactly. That's true too. But honestly, the rewards aren't that different from like gold to bronze. It's really not that different. My team rotates between silver and gold. Yeah, that's what Namblos does. Yeah, in Pyro, you might like get into a really good spot in like silver, where like all your weeks are like super competitive, instead of like silver. Silver nowadays is like 2 teams are beating the shit out of the other teams, and the other teams suck. That's like every week. But anyway, I think it'll be good. There'll be like stages of where it'll be good. Like, it'll be good for a couple months, then it'll be kind of shit for a while, then it'll be good for a couple months, it'll be kind of shit for a while, then it'll be good for a couple months, and we'll see. Because I got a feeling that gold, there won't be that many teams in gold, and I have a feeling they're gonna make some other adjustments. as it comes out, they're gonna, maybe they're gonna reset it, or maybe they're gonna adjust. Maybe they'll do half resets. I don't know what they'll do, but we'll see. Maybe they'll adjust the rewards too, like you're saying. And we come first in silver, and then next week third or fourth in gold. Yeah, exactly what Namblers does. Yeah, yep. Kick ass in silver, and then get your ass beat in gold. And it's weird though. Like normally I was still winning on the accounts I was in, but like my team was just not doing it. Because that's a point where like you need the card levels, and even if you're outplaying your opponent, like you're not going to be able to do it if you have like no leveled cards. All right. Anyway, we can get a Miss Claridge card from season 8. I don't remember the disabled burn victim. I don't remember that one. The disabled character is my favorite. Are you saying all that climbing we've been doing so far is going to be wiped out? See, told you people would be men. So all teams start at 0 again, or is this just within the league? Within the league would be an interesting concept. But I like the idea of resetting it completely, because then you can ditch your team if you want and start a new name and stuff like that, and give us a chance to have some fun, mix it up. Wow, just 2 events all week and nothing until Wednesday. Like some people are like, oh, this is boring. Like play another game then. Jesus Christ. Can't wait for Dassault. Nice job, dev team. Keep the game alive. My baby kind of had to play against someone who had levels. Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure why we would have a TVT reset instead of just fixing TVT issues that we've told you about multiple times. Yeah, new leagues. I don't know if that necessarily fixes, because there is a fundamental problem where there's a lot of teams at the top that shouldn't fucking be there. And they're just coasting on the incredible lead that they had because they were running 44 for so long and just were soaking up the golds. There's just that those teams should just be wiped out. There's teams with three people that loses or I guess doesn't lose crowns at all because they're not participating in Team Wars. So they're not losing crowns, but they're not going down very much in the ranks because nobody else is really climbing that much around them. So they're still a top 50 team. But yeah, more caps. Like I agree, there should be like a 9,000 at least. Like give 9,036 or 30. Is it 36 at the top already, or is it 34? I think it's 34. Give them 36 or 38, for 95 or whatever it might be. I don't see that's a problem. There's not that many people above that rank, so it's only going to give you, maybe 50 extra points. Yeah, exactly. Spain Park's one of them for sure. TMI was for a long time. Guy needs to get on a full team. If we could, that's Friar Pop. He's got levels higher than we can get him. If we could have some more information how this reset will work. The way I'm reading it, everyone will be set to 0, so there will be top 50 teams facing people currently in Wood League for a few weeks at least, which seems crazy to me. I mean, yeah, but do you get less caps per league? So they'll be at a disadvantage, right? Or did they stop doing that? I think they stopped doing that. Never mind. I lied. Because yeah, they stopped. I think they should change it back to like new kid level changes per league too. And then give us more caps. I think that was a better system. The initial system they had was actually the best system they did, but it was just exploitable by deranking. But if we didn't have a bunch of fucking pussy losers in the game, and everybody nobody like deranked that hard just to win, that was the perfect system. New kid was different level based on the rank. Based on your rank, you got hella more caps. And higher teams were able to just have way more card levels. It was the best way, but you could just... And your matchmakings was more likely to be awesome because you were going to play people around your rank. But it sucked. But they're stupid. They're dumb. People are assholes. Anyway. Love it. Bringing it back to 0. What up, Reaper? Cool. Not only we have to deal with D-rankers and ladder and strong players after reset, also... Now we have to deal with all those super strong teams destroying us in TVT. Maybe they'll do rank space or something. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, because of the fact that there is that floor now, you're not really going to have any top teams that would... I mean, honestly, they could go back to ranking by rank because you have the floor, so you can't like go rank up and then rank back down for Team Wars. You know, with your crowns, the most you could do is like 1 tier, or with your caps, excuse me. And if you're gonna be more likely to match against higher ranked players once you start to get to those higher tiers, those people aren't gonna D-rank to do their battles because they're gonna need the caps. So they might D-rank to 8,500 instead of being at 10,000, but that's not. Those are the same people. Like, those are the same people. It's just a matter of how much you play. Like, the difference between the top people and the top 100 or 200, skill and dex, typically, it's not that much. Like, anybody in the top 200 could beat anybody in the top 10. It just depends on the day, depends on the dex. Their level 6 cards and level 7 cards do not give you that much of a benefit. But it's all about how much you play. If you play a lot, you're going to be at the top. If you don't play that much, you can't be at the top. I could play and never lose, but I'd never be anywhere near the top because I just do not play as much as those people do. And there's a lot of D-rankers, but there's not like a lot of them. You know what I mean? It's like the same 100 people or something that we keep saying, right? Yeah, they don't play so they don't rank up. You know, those people might not even be playing Team Wars. They're just playing a couple packs a day. So, yeah. So, it's kind of... It would be all right. It would be all right. But, yeah, I think now the original setup would be good because you'd have a better chance of getting good matches. TVT Reset exactly what we need. Only issue will be how you will combat the same issues. I think that they've kind of fixed... They fixed some of their issues.
Nice.
They fixed some of their issues, but the problem is that... they were so ingrained for so long that the result of them is not just going to go away because you fixed the initial issue, right? So resetting it might. We'll have to see. And obviously, if they're willing to reset it, they're willing to probably potentially think about changing it as well. So it's a good sign for sure. TVT. Okay, will there be any measures put in place to help inform teams climb? In place to help inform teams climb and failing teams fall quicker. I don't understand what you're saying there. Will crowns be rewarded for team scores for a weekend rather than placement? I agree with that. That's what I was saying earlier. Separate them. Crowns based on points would make all teams want to run 50. I mean, they do crowns based on points right now. Like, that happens. But they also do based on your bracket. Are the devs smoking pot? This is the stupidest idea. This guy's a fucking 30 rank or 30 team abusing pussy. 3 years of very hard work getting into gold league and the top 50, and instead of introducing more leagues, well, I mean, you got an extra pack for being top 50. Congratulations. Imagine how low level players will feel. They will not give a fuck. Someone who's like, oh yeah, we got to silver. They won't give a fuck. They'll be back in silver before you know it. My team in gold, we do get to the bottom of gold if everyone does 0. If all is 0, that seems silly. That would mean it doesn't matter how we play, win or lose between now and 10-5. Pointless. Well, yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. So start figuring out your mergers. Start figuring out where you're going. Figuring out your new team name. Embrace it instead of being a fucking loser afraid of change. Are you a fucking loser? Come on. Eventually, everyone will get back to where they were. Absolutely not. You think Spain Park's going to be top fucking 50 again? Hi, Toller. Hi, Toller. I don't mind the reset. However, my team went through great efforts to enter the top 100. I think rewarding just the top 50 is unfair. I mean, we're going to, like, there's a person in top 150 that's going to say the same shit. Why do you think you fucking deserve anything? Everybody's getting something. Maybe you didn't read that. Everybody's getting a fucking pack, but the top 50 is getting more. Shut your fucking mouth. You know what I would do if I was Toller and I saw this? I'd be like, all right, well, congratulations. Now only the top 50 is getting a fucking reward. What's your team? Oh, your top 98? All right, top 97 fucking teams get a better reward. And then nobody else gets a fucking reward. Shut the fuck up. Don't look the gift horse in the mouth. This is a fucking free pack. They don't have to give a shit. They could just reset it and say, fuck you guys, we're resetting. You don't deserve shit. You don't deserve anything. Top 100's not even a feat. Not even a feat. You put 30 players together that get caps every weekend. Congratulations. You lost every time a good team was in your bracket. Anyway, very poor update, few events. People are so fucking weird. People are so weird. They do nothing but play this game. That missing events on Monday, Tuesday. You can still win 45 games and get lockers. Do that. If you still need to play after that, what the fuck are you doing? Play another game. There's better games out there. You haven't done anything against the D rankers yet? That is just false. I'm not even going to finish that fucking horse shit. Because they've done so much for D ranking. They try to fucking fix it every couple releases. It's not something you can fix. You can't force people to play the game. You can't force people to play at their level every time. You can't force people to win. You can't. Also, a lot of teams will suffer big losses on account of members. Blah, blah. I mean, what you gonna do? What are you gonna do? That happens now too. Like, don't fucking act like that doesn't happen now. You get your shit rocked half the time in Team Wars anyway. This is a good thing. I'm not sure why people are unhappy with getting another reset pack. Yeah, people are stupid. This game's giving us free cards and players are pissed off. Why? And for people who are asking why, it's because change is good. Doing the same thing over and over gets boring. Yeah, this is probably the first of the changes that will ultimately make TVT more fun. Instead of complaining, why not think of helpful ideas you have that might make TVT more fun? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're obviously totally, they could restructure it. It's easy to modify the limits of the new kit and make a better match in the Team Wars than to start from scratch. That doesn't make the matches better. Like, you having a level 18 isn't really gonna help you that much if I have higher levels than you, you know? Put scales to finish once with the D rankers and see how to improve the game instead of put scales to finish. What? Can't understand what you're saying. One issue with Team Wars is that it matches teams up based on team size and no other variables. We have a casual full of 50 players, and every week we're up against 2 or 3 top teams solely because we have a full squad, meaning we could do better than 4th. We score 3,500 and get 3rd or 4th place every week. If that was true, you would be losing crowns. Maybe add some variables like you're matched up with all 4th place teams from the previous week, etc. That's like... I thought about that before, but that would be so fucking boring. Because the way that would match up is if you were the top 5... then the bottom 3 of those are going to be the bottom 3. They're going to be the ones losing every week instead of you being the ones losing every week. And you think that's fair? The 3rd and 4th team's going to get their ass kicked every week. And then as the 3rd and 4th team get their ass kicked, they're going to drop down to 5 and 6. Then they're going to start beating up these people every fucking week until these two switch again. And then those two will beat... so you'll have... and that'll happen every 10 slots, basically. So you'll have all of these little quagmires where these teams will just go back and forth between getting their ass kicked and kicking ass, and instead of that happening only at between gold and silver, that will happen every 5 teams. Now maybe you could do it every month. The first week of every month, you're gonna match 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think that would be fucking genius. Every month, the beginning of every month, you gotta fucking bring it, because you're gonna have, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. It's gonna be the one week that you could really, if you're 5th place, you could catch that 1st place and you could really make up some ground. That's fucking money. That's a genius design thing. Genius. Put me on the fucking design team. All right. But yeah, good point. Good point. Do you have to touch that spot or hold that spot? Top 50, you mean? It's not that hard to fix de-ranking. What do you think? Make it so you can't lose ELO and rewards are not based on ELO score? That's retarded. That's so stupid. X top 100 players get T1, next top 200 players, something like that. No, that's not good, because it's not good to cut rewards like that for at a personal level, because that removes the ability for people to to spend money and get better. You know what I mean? That's truly the impetus there, because if my growth is dependent on other people's growth, then I'm liable to just get pissed off and quit. But if my growth is just dependent on me, how much I play, how much I spend, whether or not I can get up to 8,500 or not, or 8,000 or whatever your goal is. I don't like the idea of like, you know, yeah, the top 100, but it's like that top 100 might never change. Like the same fucking top 100 people have been the top 100 for like a long time, right? But yeah, that would be, and I don't like the idea of like you don't lose points, because then the points are meaningless, because then you could just go back and forth with your buddy, spend an hour just beating each other back and forth, and you both go up in points. Like that's way easier to game. Like instead of having D rankers, you'd have fake rank uppers. Yeah, I don't think that would work very well. That works in like a true elo system, like a chess elo system. That would work a little better. But even then, you still have like within an elo system, you have grandmaster, you have master, you have amateur, novice. Like you have those leagues. Bet you and your buddy beat each other off for, that's funny. I hit 8.5K 4 seasons in a row. Last season pushing past 8.2. Yeah, I mean, and that just depends on, well, the cheesy poof stuff is really not helping people who are free to play, because people can spend like $100 only and get their legends to level 4 or 5, depending on where they are. So pretty crazy. But yeah, chess is actually a skill game though. Right, and there's no randomness to it. There's zero randomness to chess. So every game you can truly, like, if you're playing chess and you're a grandmaster, you will not lose to an amateur. You will not lose. Do you understand that? It will not happen. It is an impossibility. But if I'm playing some fucking idiot at 3K and he gets lucky with some fucking, you know, wonky ass deck, or just some like maybe his critters get stacked to shit or something like that. Like anybody can take a win, and he's got cock magic or something. Anybody can take a win if they have the right fucking deck, as long as their levels are somewhat viable. But that's not gonna happen in chess. If you're not that level, you're gonna get your ass beat at almost the exact rate that they expect it to. If you're like 500 points apart, you're supposed to like win like 80% of the time or some shit like that. It's like ungodly how good the elo system in chess is. Kyle's the only one that doesn't have his parents in the game. Poor fucking Kyle. Although they are very memorable. I mean, Butters doesn't have his parents, you fucking racist. Very memorable big parents, and the Token's parents aren't in there, you fucking douche. Now that you're doing 4 legendaries for themes now, it'll be awesome if you did legendary Mr. and Mrs. Broflovsky. You want them to be legendary cards or what? All pawns are pawns in chess. There's no level 1, but yeah, exactly. Imagine if you had like take the pawn twice. Can't really spend money to get better at it. But no, my contention would be, even if you had max levels, there's enough randomness in like the card draw and stuff like that in South Park that you could still fucking lose. Like to someone who just started playing the fucking game, and you could be a borderline MLG player, and somebody could be kind of a novice, and they could, if levels are perfectly equal, like Chaos Mode's a perfect example, they could potentially beat you. Whereas if you put a different metric on somebody on chess, like maybe some people are better at speed chess than other people. Very possible. But like, yeah, you just can't, yeah. Remember in old times when it was the stars? Yeah, well, it was the stars until you got to legendary, and then it wasn't. That's, I mean, no game does just the star stuff, because like Hearthstone had the same setup, but once you got to legendary, you had a rank. You didn't have that, so that's okay to rank up. I don't hate that idea to like rank up and stuff, but like when you're going for like a true legendary thing where you kind of want to see where you rank, where you like, you want to see a leaderboard, it has to be something different. A lot of things do like trophies or whatever. And how does this help us? This is useless. It doesn't matter if you reset Team Wars. It won't change anything because the players who are already on the top will be back to it. Since most of them have the highest level cards in the game, the players with the lower level cards remain at the bottom. Blah, 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 blah. Remove players with level 5, 6, and legends from team wars and make themselves fight each other separately. What a fucking moron. What a stupid little entitled little bitch. TVT Reset. Hey, I'm not completely opposed to the reset. I think one major change that would go over well within the community is having players in gold or silver play more TVT matches. Why would you limit that to gold and silver? For the vast majority, I would say 5, 3 out of 5. It only takes 20 minutes to do them. That would suck for me with 5. I'd have to ditch some accounts. Yeah, this doesn't make sense to me. Why would you change it based on the league? The fuck? Why would you do that? What would the point of that be? So far, we're getting a ton of great player feedback. The team and I will have so much to discuss. Thank you. Blah, blah, blah. Why not just reset the clans Pearly in the Gold League? That's not a bad idea. I don't hate that idea, but I just want it reset so we can make up some new dope team names. Superhero theme could really use a Captain Hindsight, maybe even a Cthulhu. Mystic needs Kyle's parents, preferably as a 4th legendary. It'd be cool to see Chef in neutral, yeah? Chef's not coming though, for sure. Reset's a good idea as there are dead teams high up in the leagues, yep. But as others have said, a better matchmaking algorithm would be good. Well, they had a better matchmaking algorithm. They had almost a perfect matchmaking algorithm, but we abused it, which will always happen. So like, you gotta go with what works, I guess. I'd like if you face the teams in the TVT later around your rank. So if your team is ranked 100, then your bracket might be something like 97 to 101. Yeah, dude, this guy's got the same idea as me. Maybe not every week, but like once in a month. Nice. You must listen to this stream. I've said that a few times before. Reset rewards to wood tier, huh? Yeah, that kind of sucks. They really don't. They're really not that fucking different, though. Instead of introducing Platinum or Diamond League for the big players, you can do the lazy thing of wipe. I don't hate the... They had to wipe it. They had to wipe it just for the... Well, I mean, they could do it back to just the league. That wouldn't be terrible. But completely wiping it, they have to get rid of some of those teams. They have to get rid of some of the leads that some of these teams were able to build because they were gaming the system for fucking years. It's good that something's being done about Team Wars, but I believe the solution is incomplete. Simply resetting the ladder for all teams will not fix the current issues. We'll find ourselves in the same situation. Sort of, but it'll just take so much longer that it might not be a problem. One of our main concerns is if we reset our teams to Crown Zeros regarding the rewards. My team ready to finish this first and second in Gold League. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's all fucking fake anyway. Please consider these points regarding Team Wars. The main issue is the disparity in matchmaking. The difference between top of gold and bottom of gold is too much. I agree. How to resolve? League set up for top 50. Yep. I think 50 isn't enough. There's 2 days, 3 matches apiece. People who could be all over the world, and you only have a total of 700 matches. Well, I mean, you know, probably double that, like 1,000, 1,200 or something like that, because like people would lose and they'd still have matches, so it's kind of, the math isn't perfect, but that's not a lot. 48 fucking hours, matches in only 3 minutes. That would be hard to get a match. Issue 2, manipulating brackets. They've kind of fixed that. So have crowns earned a week based on score. That means well, yeah, I've said that before, yeah. They also reward teams when they're in a tough bracket if they perform well. But it's not going to eliminate. This eliminates half full teams. No, it won't. People won't just like, oh, I'm going to join a full team. No, not how it works. Matchmaking teams on more variables than just active members. Why can a team in Gold League in the top 10 match with one in the bottom league? Because it's indiscriminate. That's not bad. Why can someone who would never beat anyone in the top 100 of Gold League still get top Gold League rewards? Shouldn't some people be upset about you fucking freeloading pussy ass bitches getting top gold rewards when you don't belong anywhere fucking near our league? Should we be mad about that? Quit being a title little fuck. I'm not even gonna finish your shit. Yes, more leagues are required. Well explained. I agree. This is the time to put forth some good ideas. One thing about our current structure is that crowns are mainly accumulated. Yeah, I agree. That's the biggest issue, is that you just don't lose crowns. Crowns earned in the last 3 months have 100% value. Crowns earn 3. So like your crowns slowly disappear. That's fucking stupid too. That's a dumb idea. Some people like they start off with such like there's such clear minds, you know, they like got the right idea and then they come up with just the dumbest fucking idea. What the fuck? One, complicated as fuck, needlessly slow. So like what you're gonna have them fall off? What's the intention of that? What's the intention of that? You have to be, your team has to be consistent. What's the difference than just resetting every once in a while too? Like what is this is just a soft reset. It does nothing different except, you know, rewards consistency, I guess. And if that was true, and if you did that, you know how hard it would be to get to fucking gold? It takes like a year to get to gold. If you win what? You win 50 matches? Or you get like 150 points and you need to get to 3,500, right? Oh, I didn't do the math right. Well, let's say you get 100, let's say you get 150. That's 16 weeks, but that's if you win every week. And you're not going to fucking win every week. That's a long time. And if you every 3 months, that got cut 3 to 6 months ago or worth. Yeah, that's so stupid. Oh my god, I don't think I've ever seen a dumber idea in my life about Team Wars. I don't think I've seen a dumber idea. I feel bad for saying that, but that's just so stupid. Hear me out. Have you had a bad gummy bear? Whether it be from a candy store or dollar store. All gummy bears are good. Maybe not equal, but good in general. I mean, if they're too hard, they kind of suck. I don't know, the sugary Haribo ones are weaponized pallets of sugar. Like they're any decent right now. Yeah, no shit. Fucking one row. I mean, 40 some rares isn't terrible, but it's just like, I'd rather it be just one card every time. Well, that's it. That's it. I mean, there's only 4 pages. Man, my cat's going crazy. There's only 4 pages, but a lot of content. And I fucked up my camera zoom. I don't. Seasonal rewards, like just how legendary used to be. Yeah. Well, that's what I would do. I would reset it. I would do the leagues based on the previous reset. So like right now, you know, the top 100 or whatever it is, and then just reset it every time and just get rid of the leagues. Just get rid of the fucking leagues. Just do score based on where you are and reset it every month. 2 months, probably 3 months, every quarter. Probably be the best. Because then you can kind of time your updates with that as well. So every season you could have like a decent update. We're going to run into these same problems of finding matches where there's 3 to 5 teams in gold, I bet. Well, I assume you can match down. But after a while. But honestly, with some stuff that SDNW has been seeing when he runs real late on Saturdays, I think they have bot accounts that you can run up against. The idea of not losing elo is good. It's not a good idea, bro. That is not a good idea. Then you just, whoever plays the most has the most elo. That is fucking stupid. That is stupid. Whoever plays the most has the most elo. You could run a bot that just beats people randomly and get the highest rank. That's so dumb, bro. That's so dumb. Never lose points. Maybe like limit how much you lose. Like if you lose 2 in a row, you stop losing them or something like that. I think they kind of have something like that. But to never lose elo? What? But they wouldn't be playing against similar opponents because it would just matter how much you played. It wouldn't matter your score. It wouldn't matter your deck strength. I could be, if I was a silver player, my score could go up way higher than a gold player because I just play all day, every day, and I'm not losing points. I don't. That doesn't. I mean, you could have a separate. You could have like a separate thing. Like you could have ELO plus something else, and that something else is impacted by how much you play, and then that can start being impacted. So then those D rankers that just never play kind of get that fair matchup a little bit. But even that's kind of stupid. Like now that I say that, that doesn't make any sense either. The also really dumb part is that all the people who get extra ranked during card events would then never win another game. Right. But that's assuming that you're also matching up by that rank number, which you might not. I can't tell if he means like matchmaking and like rewards would be that same number. Because you could do like just rewards, you know, like just an arbitrary, like a count point kind of thing, like kind of like the old battle pass was, where like as you complete stuff you go up. I've always thought this is like an overall profile level, not your new kid level, like a profile level. And I thought like new kid you could do this too, where like new kid level 25, 26, 27, 28, but it doesn't do anything in game. It doesn't do anything in game, right? It'll just give you in like a pack every level, or you know, maybe some cosmetic thing every level, or just to be 26, 27, just to be the only level 29 in the game because you have all the cards leveled up. You know that like people like David would come back just to be the top rank. That happened on my alt. The problem is the cards boost you so high and then your levels crash. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a problem. The floor is a dumb idea. Like, all intents and purposes, the floor is a stupid idea, especially since they have boosted cards. That's a problem. It's a dumb idea. But it needs to be there because of D-ranking, just because people complain about it so much. But like, I don't think, like, simply because matchmaking is so quick, it shouldn't be a fucking problem. Because if you truly don't think you can win just because they play a level 5 legend, then just leave and get back in a game in like 5 seconds. Where like if matchmaking took like 5 minutes, then I understand the contention completely. Like, oh, I waste 5 minutes waiting to match. That's what happens in World War II. I'll wait 5 minutes for a fucking match, and I'll match up. I'm fucking like 1500th in the world, and I'll match up against a top 5 player because there's nobody fucking playing the game. That's you don't want that. You don't want that. D-ranking is only an issue because the rewards are unbalanced. Yeah, I honestly never understood why they stopped having event rewards give you more points per. Because at least at that point, if you were a D-ranker, you were feeding fucking points to everybody all over the place, because every event and every weekend, you were you were ranking up to get better rewards and then D-ranking to get better team awards shit and stuff like that. Floor is similar to not losing ELO. Right. But like, I can't lose a game and then increase my ELO, and then lose a game and then increase my ELO, and lose a game and increase my ELO, and lose a game and increase my ELO. A floor creates more ELO. It does not create an arbitrary amount of ELO for one single person just because they play more. You're right. It's sort of similar, but not comparable at all. In the end, the quicker the matchmaking, the better. I agree, dude. Like 1000% in a game like this, the number one thing they need to do is make matchmaking quickly. Because when I'm sitting on the shitter and I pull up Champion Strike and I click play and it takes 30 seconds to get a match, I close out that app and I open up something else that will have a quicker matchmaking. Because I'm not going to waste the 10, 15, 20 minutes that I have to play, whether it's between work shift, your lunch shift, before work, after work, you know, while you're waiting for your kid to get done with school, while you're waiting, for your wife to get back from work, 30 minutes before you go to bed, whatever time you have to play, you don't want to waste that staring at that stupid fucking yearbook screen. You do not. So as much as people want a balanced fucking match every single time, they do not want to wait 2 minutes for somebody. for somebody who's playing this like that. I mean, I am amazed at the matchmaking in this game compared to the other games. I bet you all the other games that I play have have all of them combined have less players than South Park, because South Park matchmaking, whether I'm at the tippity top or the I mean, tippity top obviously takes a little bit longer. Obviously, like there's no getting around that. But if you're like 8,000, 8,500, even 7,000 for sure, doesn't matter where you are. In other games, I have a problem when I'm low, when I'm ranked low, I don't have anybody to match up against because there's no new players playing this fucking game. It's only the veterans that are ranked high, so I have to wait 2 minutes until it matches me with a bot every fucking match until I get high enough where I start running into real fucking people. And that's not a problem in South Park. There's people playing this game at every fucking level every fucking day. You load up an account that's 1,000 elo, you're still gonna get matches quickly. It's crazy. It's crazy to me when you compare that to some of these other games. And challenge mode's the same thing. Doesn't take that long to get a challenge mode match. A little bit longer than ladder, but not a lot. When I try to play the challenge mode in World War II, I can't get a match. I cannot get one. I'm not fucking lying. I cannot. In order to get it, I have to go to my team and say, hey, queue up so we can trade fucking wins. Because nobody plays that mode. It's crazy. Crazy. It has about 5K players, and each of them has about 3 to 5 ults. I mean, that's definitely not true. There's hundreds of thousands of people that play this game. I'm not exaggerating. I've seen the numbers. Well, that matchmaking time is a fair point. It's better to get a match in 10 seconds, even if it's broken, than wait 5 minutes to get a completely match. I agree. Well, especially in this game, because even a completely even match can be completely randomly fucked for you. You know what I mean? And that makes you not want to play certain decks. Like, it makes you want to play a super consistent deck. If I have to wait 3 minutes for a match, I'm not playing Goth Kids ever in my life, ever. Because the odds of that deck just like crashing and burning is so high that I'm not going to waste my time waiting for 3 minutes to like, oh fuck, I'm screwed. Like, first minute I lose because like my fucking Henrietta's buried or something. But I do agree, Happy Dude, there's quite a few people that have multiple accounts. But there's also quite a few new players. Like that, I'm amazed at how many new players there are. But anyway, I wasn't saying you were stupid, Angel Fire. I was just saying your idea was, just for the record. Dumb idea. But I mean, there's something good in there though. Like the idea of having some sort of metric that doesn't go down. That's kind of like a measure of how much you play, which is kind of a measure of how much you de-rank to an extent. Because if like you play a lot and you're still ranked low. But if you don't play that much and you're ranked low, like, whatever. I'd quit but played too long. Yeah, I feel you. I don't recommend it. Yeah, I mean, I don't recommend any game like this unless it's early on. Like, ever. Ever. If you want to play a game like this, don't play this one. Wait for the next one that's like it to come out and play that one. Like right now, War Alliance is on its first year. I would suggest playing War Alliance. I wouldn't suggest playing Champion Strike because that one's like far along and not very supported. Definitely wouldn't suggest playing Heroic. Definitely wouldn't suggest playing World War II. Actually, I would suggest playing Champion Strike because that game is just technically fucking good. It has everything. You can play friendly fight at whatever level. You can open up the cards and like change what their level are and have a few of them and compare them. You can play demo matches. There's like different game modes. Like it's just very well done. Very well done. That's funny, Angel. This game's very generous. Oh, Lemon, no lie. Like I've been playing War Alliance since it came out pretty much, and I've only ever gotten free to play like 4 legends because the only way you can get legend cards is from like a 0.000001 chance in these other decks, or you guaranteed one from getting a legend chest, which is 24-hour wait and like a 0.00001 chance. I've been playing for a year and a half, play it quite regularly. I've only gotten 3 of those ever. Like it's just, and that's the only time you can get legends. There's no events that give you legends. There's nothing like that. World War II is the same way. You get like a couple legends per battle pass, but otherwise it's impossible. In South Park, you can get legends fairly often from Team Wars packs, lockers, and free packs. When in these other games, there's no chance of getting anything like that. You can't even get an epic from a free pack in those other games. You can't even get an epic. In Heroic, every day you can go and get free gold, and you get like 100 gold, and it takes me 400,000 gold to upgrade my next thing. It is fucking pathetic. The new account I started early this year only took 6 months and a very, very casual play to consistently finish. Yeah. Is it lemon? Where'd all the fucking green money go? Used to get it all the time. Yeah, it definitely lowered. When they lowered the battle pass from 1,000 to 500, they lowered the total amount of cash you got from events. But then they put some of that cash back into the battle pass. But like it definitely didn't even out. So they definitely changed it. But now they also do deals that like they never did before, where you can get cash for 25% off, which is, I mean, I don't know, 4K no los dos, right? I was able to get TGE, the new card, to level 3 for free. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's fucking crazy. You grind the events and you get the legend for free at level 3. That's nuts. Like, maybe in World War II, when they released their legendary card, you could only buy the newest legendary card. You could only buy it. It only took you $50 to max it. $50 and you maxed it. But you couldn't get it any other way than to buy it. So it's like, that's generous to an extent. Like Champion Strike 2, you can spend $50 on Champion Strike and get like 50 legends. I'm not even kidding. Crazy. And those, you can like max those out pretty quickly. Like I have more max legends in World War II. I have every legend and every epic maxed in World War II. You understand that? How fucking crazy that is? I don't even play that game anymore, but it's so cheap to upgrade them that I don't even think I put $500 into that game, and my whole fucking account is maxed pretty much. And the only stuff I don't have maxed is like comments, because it takes like 8,000 comments to upgrade it. It's fucking stupid. 12,000, I think. It's fucking stupid. Heroic's the same. There's 13 levels, but, and then there's also equipment and all this shit, but there's 13 levels, but the last level takes like, like for commons, it's like 12,000. For rares, it's like 900. It's just some bonkers amount. Anyway, gotta remember that superheroes are shoved down the throat. Almost all minor level 6. That's so. Are you using fucking text? Are you using text to speech, bro? Are you talking to your phone and writing that? Because you just said almost all minor when you meant all mine are. That is fucking hilarious to me. All minor stuff. I mean, that's good on the speech to text. That was pretty accurate. That makes me laugh so hard. I just imagine you like tending to your weed plant while you're like clicking the Siri. Hey Siri, tell Glanzer he's a fuckface. Nah. LOL. Period. Send. Anyway, I'm gonna head out, guys. I fucked up and didn't record the beginning of this, so I'm gonna have to pull it off Twitch and then splice it together. Whoops. But I appreciate you guys being here. Be on the lookout for the YouTube update. We might have a giveaway to celebrate the reset. So make sure, if you haven't followed me already on YouTube, or subscribed, I suppose, on YouTube, you follow that link. That will get you all the links that you could ever need from Glanzer Gaming Gang. We do this every Monday. Don't forget, I appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget, we're doing the Forum Friday on Saturday. Wait, not on Saturday. On Friday night. I don't know the time. I'll announce the time later on. So make sure you follow all my socials on the links. I will announce it there. Most likely something like 8, 9 o'clock. Central Time on Friday night. We're going to do the Forum Friday, which is basically, we're going to take a Lemon, thanks for the 100 biddies. We're going to basically just do what we did for this, except instead of going through the updates and announcements, we're going to go just to the base South Park Forum, and we're just going to click. We're just going to fucking click. We're going to click on all of these bitches, and we're just going to randomly, you know, read, probably catch the ones that have the most, you know, replies and stuff like that. Some should have a radius just like Mecha Timmy. Oh, look at that. That guy nailed it. Anyway, so we'll just go through some of those and maybe some Reddit posts as well, because I assume that's not going to be able to fill all of our time. And it's going to be a really good time. It's going to be a really good time. So Lemon Dollar, thanks for the bits. Thanks for the hype train we had earlier. If you're hanging out on YouTube, I appreciate you hanging out and watching for this long. Although I really don't think anybody does. I don't think anybody watches the YouTube this long, because why the fuck would you? Why would you still be here right now? Like everything we talked about is done. Why would you give a shit what I said like yesterday on a live stream? Anyway, Sum's range is fine, but the damage is awful. Yeah, I think it's fair. I think it's good. I think it's actually a pretty good level. I think you could adjust the range damage a little bit. 2/3, maybe too much. 60%, maybe better. Anyway, we will see you guys. I'm going to do some editing and shit like that. We will be back tomorrow with some more South Park, but there's no event, so we're going to just burn through our packs, and then we'll jump into Fall Guys or something else, and we'll just hang out with that. Maybe some Control, since we'll have more time. We haven't played Control in a while. Either way, I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Have a good Monday, and we'll see you Tuesday. Bye-bye.